Mule deer, icons of the American West, masters of survival, and some of the most visually striking animals roaming the wild landscapes of North America. With their oversized mule-like ears, powerful legs designed for escape, and deep instinct for survival, they have fascinated humans for centuries. In today's video, we're going on a journey into the world of mule deer, exploring how they live, what they eat, how they avoid predators, how males fight for dominance, how mothers raise their young, and how these deer are adapting to a rapidly changing world. Welcome back to Animal Forever US, where every day we explore a new story from the animal kingdom. So sit back, relax, and get ready to step into the life of one of nature's most extraordinary creatures, the mule deer. When you first see a mule deer, the very first thing that grabs your attention is their ears. Huge, long, and constantly moving, these ears are like high-powered antennas that pick up even the smallest sound. A twig snapping, a distant predator breathing, or the faint rustle of a breeze through dry grass, mule deer detect them with incredible precision. These ears are not only for hearing, they help regulate body temperature, and their constant flicking also sends signals to other deer. In the wild, communication isn't always vocal, sometimes the body speaks louder than sound. Mule deer are found across western North America, from the deserts of Mexico to Canadian forests. They are incredibly adaptable, living in mountains, plains, woodlands, deserts, and even suburban areas. What makes them truly amazing is their ability to survive in environments where temperatures range from scorching heat to freezing winters. Their thick coats expand and contract with the seasons, lighter, shorter hair in summer and dense, woolly fur during winter. You could say mule deer wear nature's perfect seasonal clothing. One of the most fascinating parts of mule deer life is how they move. They don't run like other deer, instead, they perform what is called stotting, or pronking. In this movement, all four legs push off the ground simultaneously, sending the deer bouncing into the air in high, powerful leaps. It looks almost playful, but this isn't for fun. Stotting allows mule deer to escape predators such as mountain lions, coyotes, wolves, and bobcats. This special leaping technique gives them speed, endurance, and agility, especially on rocky terrain where normal running would be too risky. Each leap can be up to 3 feet high and 15 feet long. When a mule deer takes off like this, it becomes one of nature's most elegant escape artists. Mule deer also have a remarkable sense of smell. Their noses can detect predators from long distances, and they often rely on smell more than sight to stay alive. When a mule deer senses danger, it raises its tail to expose a white patch, signaling other deer in the group to stay alert or run. This natural alarm system is extremely effective and has saved countless deer lives throughout history. In terms of diet, mule deer are browsers, not grazers. This means they prefer to eat leaves, twigs, fruits, stems, and shrubs rather than grass. They especially love willows, sagebrush, and aspen shoots. In summer, they feed on lush vegetation, berries, and tender plants. But winter is a different story. Food becomes scarce, so mule deer rely heavily on shrubs they can reach above snow level. Their bodies slow down to conserve energy, and they reduce movement to avoid wasting calories. Survival in winter is a challenge, especially for fawns, but mule deer have evolved strategies that help them make it through harsh conditions year after year. Speaking of fawns, mule deer mothers are some of the most protective in the animal kingdom. A female mule deer, called a doe, usually gives birth to 1 or 2 fawns, though twins are common in areas with plenty of food. Mule deer fawns are born with white spots that help camouflage them in tall grass. Their instinct is to stay absolutely still when danger approaches. They freeze, flatten their bodies, and rely on their natural camouflage to stay hidden. Meanwhile, the mother stays close but not too close, because predators usually track scent, and by distancing herself, the mother reduces the chance of attracting enemies to her baby. It's a smart survival tactic that nature has perfected over generations. The bonding between mother and fawn is heartwarming. The fawn learns everything from its mother: where to feed, how to detect danger, which routes are safe, and where predators typically roam. Fawns rely heavily on their mothers for the first few months, and they remain with their family group until they're strong enough to live independently. Now let's step into the dramatic world of mule deer behavior, especially during the breeding season, known as the rut. When autumn arrives, everything changes. Male mule deer, called bucks, begin to grow impressive antlers each year. These antlers are not just for show, they're weapons. Bucks use them to challenge rivals in dramatic battles for dominance. During the rut, males become more aggressive, more alert, and more determined than at any other time of the year. They follow scent trails left by females, mark their territory, scrape the ground with their hooves, and grunt or snort to show strength. When two males believe they're competing for the same female, they lock antlers in powerful clashes. These fights can be short or long, and sometimes even dangerous. The stronger buck wins the right to mate, while the loser backs away. What's interesting is that antler size often reflects the health, age, and genetic strength of the buck. Because antlers grow and shed every year, they are one of the fastest growing tissues in the entire animal kingdom. In spring and summer, they're covered in a soft layer called velvet, which delivers blood and nutrients that help them grow rapidly. By late summer, the velvet dries up, and bucks rub their antlers against trees to reveal the hard, polished bone beneath. After the rut ends, life for mule deer returns to normal, feeding, migrating, resting, and raising their young. Migration is another incredible part of mule deer life. Some herds travel over 300 miles every year, making it one of the longest land migrations of any animal in North America. These migrations help mule deer find food, avoid predators, and survive harsh winters. But migration paths can be dangerous. Roads, fences, cities, and human development often block their natural routes, putting stress on many populations. Wildlife organizations and scientists are now working to build wildlife corridors and overpasses to help mule deer migrate safely without risking collisions with vehicles. The relationship between mule deer and predators is part of a balanced ecosystem. Mountain lions are among their most skilled hunters. A lion can silently stalk a mule deer for long distances before launching a surprise attack. But mule deer rely on their excellent hearing, sense of smell, and quick reflexes to escape. In many cases, mule deer escape simply because they detect danger early enough to leap away. Coyotes, wolves, and bobcats also prey on mule deer, especially young fawns. This predator-prey dynamic ensures population balance and keeps ecosystems healthy. Humans have also played a major role in mule deer history. Indigenous peoples of North America have long relied on mule deer for food, clothing, and tools. These communities developed deep respect for mule deer and used every part of the animal, wasting nothing. Today, mule deer are important for conservation, research, and wildlife tourism. People travel to national parks just to catch a glimpse of them, especially in places like Colorado, Wyoming, Utah, and Arizona. Their beauty, grace, and calm nature make them beloved symbols of the American wilderness. However, mule deer face many modern challenges. Habitat loss, wildfires, climate change, vehicle collisions, and human expansion have put pressure on populations in some regions. Winters are becoming harsher in some areas and drier in others. Plants mule deer rely on may not grow in the same places they once did. But conservationists are taking action, protecting migration corridors, restoring habitats, and monitoring deer health. With continued effort, mule deer can thrive for generations to come. Another fascinating behavior in mule deer is their social structure. Females and their fawns usually form small groups, which helps them stay safe and share food sources. Males, on the other hand, often live alone or in small bachelor groups outside of breeding season. This separation keeps conflicts low and ensures that each group can focus on survival. Studies show that mule deer use memory and learning to recognize safe routes, feeding spots, and predator zones. They even return to the same birthing areas year after year, a tradition passed down from mother to daughter through generations. As twilight falls on the landscape, mule deer become most active. They prefer dawn and dusk, known as crepuscular behavior. During these times, they have an advantage. It's harder for predators to see clearly, and temperatures are comfortable. Watching mule deer move through the golden light of evening is one of the most magical wildlife experiences you can witness. Their careful steps, flicking ears, and alert expressions make them seem almost mystical, like quiet guardians of the wilderness. What makes mule deer so special is not just their beauty or physical abilities, but their resilience. They have survived harsh environments, predators, human encroachment, and centuries of environmental change. Their ability to adapt, migrate, and evolve makes them one of the strongest and most enduring species in North America. As we near the end of this journey, imagine standing on a silent ridge at sunset. The wind is cool, the sky is painted in orange and purple, and suddenly, through the quiet landscape, a mule deer appears. Calm, cautious, and powerful, it raises its head and looks toward the horizon. In that moment, you understand why mule deer have inspired stories, artwork, traditions, and admiration for centuries. They represent freedom, endurance, instinct, and the wild spirit of nature. Thank you for joining me today on Animal Forever US. I hope this deep dive into the world of mule deer gave you a new appreciation for just how extraordinary these animals are. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss one of our daily animal documentaries. Stay curious, stay amazed, and I'll see you tomorrow with another adventure into the wild.